there, welcome to a new year, a new month and a new themed video content series here on Property Tribes, which we're hosting in collaboration with our friends and partners at Lendlord. And we've come up with a new concept and we are calling it Digitisation of the Landlord Lifecycle. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of a background of how Aviram, the CEO and founder of Lendlord, and myself came up with this. It really was brought about towards the end of last year when we could see how much digitisation was going on in the property sector. Now, back in 2009, when Property Tribes was formed, the social web and digital tools were in their infancy. Smartphones weren't even around then. Landlords operated in what we would call an analog mode, which means that they were using spreadsheets, post-it notes, files, and like any other business, they were reliant on their office and paperwork to conduct their everyday tasks. But if we fast forward to 2021, COVID-19 has massively speeded up the trend towards the use of digital tools in the property sector. And, you know, we've got digital viewings becoming the norm. We have digital tenant referencing. We have digital access. And we've got making tax digital in the pipeline for 2025 now. We've seen digitisation of the land registry. I mean, the list goes on and on. And landlords can join in this digital revolution and actually operate their businesses in the cloud. And that is what this themed week and month is all about, because we're going to be working through the landlord life cycle and we're going to show you where you can access digital tools to enhance your landlord life and make it much more efficient. And I'm joined this week and indeed throughout the month by Lendlord co-founder and CEO Aviram Shahar. And Aviram, we're very, very excited to launch this, aren't we? Because Lendlord, right from the beginning, I don't know, 2.5 years ago now, when you first launched, you've had this dream that landlords could live their life literally off a dashboard and, you know, carry their portfolio in their pocket via mobile. So it's really exciting that it's all coming together now, isn't it?
Absolutely. Hi, Vanessa. Yes, definitely. For us, you know, the theme of this month's digitization of the entire landlord life cycle is exactly our vision at Lendlord. And, you know, we look at ourselves as a one-stop shop for landlords to manage their entire portfolio business online with integrations to other PropTech companies that can provide specific services, as you mentioned, that are now coming up, and you can see them all over the place and taking care of many areas, very important areas during the life cycle of the landlord. And I think that what we are going to do this month is basically go over the phases of starting a property business and see how technology can basically help each phase and how they can basically optimize this process and streamline this process. So it's very exciting for us.
Yes, that's exactly what we're going to be doing over this month. And Aviram and I have worked on this concept, and we have broken the landlord life cycle down into 4 different phases. I'll just quickly run through those phases for you now. Pre-acquisition, that's when the landlord is undertaking their research and starting to work on their property business plan. So that could include, you know, assessing tenant demand, the area they want to invest in, the type of property that they want to invest in, the tax structure that they're going to be using, and very importantly, their finance, because finance is the lifeblood of a property business, and without it, you're dead in the water. So you need to get your finance in place first and make sure that you have access to funds. And you'll also be stacking deals during this pre-acquisition phase to get a feel of the kind of yields you can achieve and so on. So we're going to then move on to the acquisition phase, and this is viewing properties, doing further intense due diligence, and this is the actual part of the process where you get registered on the land registry, you are the legal owner of the property. So you go through the conveyancing process to acquire the property. You'll obviously be raising finance to complete that purchase, and you'll be incurring a number of acquisition costs during the acquisition phase as well. And that's kind of maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 months worth of activity. And then we move on to the longest phase of the landlord life cycle, and that is ownership, management and growth. And we all know that property is a long-term business, so you could be in a relationship with that property for 20 to 25 years. And during that time, you are legally obligated to provide a safe and compliant home for your tenant. You have to adhere to over 160 government statutes and regulations in that regards. And if you don't comply to these, then the penalties are very significant. They can be up to 30,000 or in some cases unlimited. But of course, you know, you want to have the safety and well-being of your tenant at the forefront of your business. And it's important to note for newbies that no one, not even a fully managed letting service, can divest a landlord of their responsibilities. Then you've got monitoring rent collection, which is a really vital part of your business. You'll be incurring a tax liability, so you're going to have to manage your tax affairs. And if you're looking to grow your portfolio, which most landlords do, then of course you're going to be looking to release equity, to finance further deals, and really grow and expand. So during this phase, it's really important to have access to further finance. And a landlord that does have access to finance and understands how to use it, they will be able to scale up their business more quickly. And then after you've had these properties for 20, 25 years, then you're going to think about exiting your business. And there are things that you can do in the digital world to assist you with that exit. So Aviram, as you mentioned, we are going to be covering all those phases. And as Lendlord has grown and different modules and different functionality has been added, you're covering more and more of the landlord life cycle, aren't you?
Yes. We actually like enhance the platform as you know, as we got more and more users and more feedback and more requests. And currently, Landlord is a great place first to manage the entire data of your property business in one place. And as you said in the beginning, accessible from your mobile, so you can carry your entire portfolio data in your pocket. And based on the data, you can basically see a lot of insights that can help you and make better decisions based on data, less on intuition. And yes, I think that this month we will touch the different areas and the different functionalities that Lendlord provides, and other PropTech firms, like in areas like you mentioned in the beginning about tenant referencing and viewing and things like that. And I think it's exciting month, because I think that landlords can learn a lot how they can make efficiencies in the way they currently act, and how they can take advantage of the technology that is out there, and also how to be more secure, because I think that it's very important to keep your data in a place that is accessible and is secured, and that you can review it at any time from anywhere, basically. And also you can share it with people that are relevant. It can be with your family, or with partners, or with your accountant, or with your mortgage broker. So I think it's very important, and Mark, I think that I'm expecting to landlords to learn a lot from the content that we are going to produce over this month.
Yes, well, you've touched on some of the benefits of using technology, and Landlord and Property Tribes, we realize that property is a people business. Nobody's suggesting that technology is going to take over completely. What we're advocating is the blending of people and technology to have many, many benefits. And we're really hoping that over the course of this month that those benefits start to become more and more clear. Avram's mentioned a couple of them, saving time, being more efficient with how you're running your portfolio, using data to make decisions rather than intuition or guesswork. Numbers never lie, so you can really see what the numbers are telling you and make wiser investment choices based on that. And just, helping with compliance, rent collection, all of these things can be done in the digital format. But Avram, when I started out, as I mentioned, I started out in 1992, actually. I didn't become a portfolio landlord until 2004. But when I started out, these tools just simply weren't available. And I would describe myself, my age group, as being a kind of analog landlord. And we analog landlords tend to be a little bit stuck in our ways. And truth be told, Lendlord was the only software that I saw that actually encouraged me to move away from being an analog landlord to become a digital landlord. So that's why I'm such a huge advocate of it. But I think, there's a lot of people that are still slightly resistant to digital tools. And I hope that, and I'm sure you agree, that one of the things to come out of this month is that we can encourage people to take that jump and get on board, because I think once they do, that they'll immediately see the benefits and they won't look back. And that's what we hear time and time again from Lendlord users, isn't it?
Yes. It's you just need to jump and get started. And it might be time consuming in the beginning, but not just because of the digitization. I think the digitization. I think it's a good process and exercise for any landlord, because if I look at our software, like, you need first to upload the data, to update the data. There are some, features that can help you upload spreadsheets and connect your bank accounts to get the cash flow data, but it forces you to arrange the data so you can see all the gas certificates, the EPCs on each property, what are the due dates, so you can gather everything. It's a great opportunity to be on top of the data, put everything online, and then get alerts and let the platform alert and notify you when you need to do something. You mentioned so many regulations and some compliance that you need to apply. And I think that using digital tools definitely can help you be on top of everything and be compliant and make your property and keep your property business compliant.
Indeed. In other words, digital tools help you get organized. And here we are in January 2022. January is typically a pretty slow month all round. What better time, Avram, for people to embrace a digital landlord life and get their affairs in order in a digital format? I just think it's a brilliant way to start the new year on a really, really positive note.
100%. This is the time. Go and start creating, like a digital account. Use digital tools. Make sure you have everything in place, set up for 2022. And I think this month we definitely provide a lot of information how you can do it easily. And in any case, we are here. Like, the Lendlord team can help you with the onboarding process and give you all the guidance that you need.
Fantastic. Well, the bottom line is that digital is definitely the way to go. It's the direction of travel. We can see the government directing it that way. I mentioned the digitisation of the land registry, the digitisation of tax. That is the way it's going. And being digital gives you the edge and allows you to carry your portfolio in your pocket and work from anywhere in the world. And this is good news, because most landlords get into property because they want to have a lifestyle to do whatever they love to do. I know, speaking for myself and Nick, we love the outdoors, we love sailing, we love going off on our motorhome, and carrying our portfolio in our pocket has facilitated much more of that lifestyle. So we want to encourage everybody to tune in every day throughout January. During the week, we'll be dropping a new video every morning, weekdays. We've got Aviram joining me for more calls. We've got some special guests, landlords, property developers, property commentators, all coming up over the next month as we document the digitisation of the landlord life cycle. So our month is now launched, and Aviram and I are really, really excited for the rest of the month's content, aren't we, Aviram? I think it's going to shape up to be a seminal tranche of content.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to it, and stay tuned to great content.
Fantastic. So that is the launch of our digitisation of the landlord life cycle. We hope you've been inspired to continue to join us throughout this month as our special content collaboration with Lendlord continues. We'll see you tomorrow.